He didn't yell, he didn't push, he didn't even raise his voice. All he did was walk toward the door of a luxury boutique with his hands in his pockets and a quiet smile on his face. And still, the security guard stepped in front of him. Like he was a threat, like he didn't belong. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was humiliating. But the next morning, 2 foreign ambassadors landed unannounced in that same city. And when they showed up at the same store, things took a turn. No one expected. Not the staff, not the police, and definitely not the owner. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I want to see how far this story travels. Jamal Carter had never been inside a luxury designer store. But that Tuesday morning, after wrapping up a work meeting in downtown DC, he had time to spare. He'd been saving for months, hoping to surprise his little brother with a special gift for his wedding. A suit from a high-end boutique, something unforgettable. Jamal wasn't flashy. He wore a plain white t-shirt, clean sneakers, and a smartwatch. The doorman, dressed in an all-black uniform, didn't even let him touch the glass handle. "Appointments only," he said. Behind him, the automatic doors opened for a couple in jeans and sandals. Jamal looked at the man, then at the couple. No words came. He just nodded and backed away. He walked 2 blocks, sat on a bench, and stared at nothing for a long time. He wasn't angry. He was tired of moments like these, of having to stay calm. He didn't post about it. He didn't shout online. He had work, a life, dignity, but someone else had seen what happened. A woman across the street recorded the whole thing on her phone. It wasn't even 10 seconds long, but it went viral. Overnight, by Wednesday morning, the video was circulating through local accounts, quietly gaining traction. No mainstream coverage yet, just comments, mostly from people who had been there too. Quiet racism, polite discrimination. It was the kind of thing people denied until it happened in front of a camera. And that same morning before sunrise, a private plane landed at a smaller airfield outside the city. 2 foreign ambassadors, one from Ghana, the other from South Korea, had arrived for an unpublicized visit. Their goal? Assess racial equity and social dynamics in US cities. Their first stop? Retail behavior in high-income neighborhoods. No one recognized them as they walked into that same boutique, each taking a different entrance. One browsed a shelf of watches. The other walked toward a rack of suits. Both were followed. One was ignored, and then one spoke, calmly, clearly, in flawless English. "I would like to speak to the owner now." Within hours, the store was closed to the public. News started leaking. Photos of the visit spread, and by evening, national media had caught on. That's when Jamal got the call. Not from the store, from the mayor's office. They wanted to hear his story officially. They wanted him to speak at a press conference the next morning. Jamal almost said no. He hadn't asked for this, but something shifted. Maybe it was the video. Maybe it was seeing the headlines. Maybe it was the years of holding it all in. So he said yes. The next morning, he stood behind a podium next to both ambassadors and told the world what happened, not just on Tuesday, but so many times. Before that, quiet moments of exclusion, of being watched, judged, rejected, and he did it without anger, just truth. The store issued a public apology. The security guard was replaced. Staff underwent mandatory bias training. But more than that, the city introduced new legislation. Retail businesses would now be required to take annual anti-discrimination evaluations. It wasn't a revolution, but it was something. And Jamal, he walked past the store again a week later. The doors opened for him this time. A new doorman greeted him politely. Jamal nodded and kept walking. If this story touched you, comment. The word belonging, because no one should ever be made to feel like they don't. There is a story here on the screen that will also move you. Press to watch. You won't regret it.